Hey Alia, welcome back to Race These, where we have conversations that matter with people who care. Today's guest is my friend. She's a dancer, she's a businesswoman, she's a flight attendant, she's an actress, and who knows what else she revealed to us that she is in today's interview. Clearly, she is every woman, huh? Karian Forde. Welcome.
Hi.
And thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me. I feel so honored.
I'm honored to have you. You're a big superstar. Now, as I said in your introduction, you are so many different things. And on that list,
and it's weird.
It's weird for you.
Yeah, like hearing you list all of those things, I'm like, oh,
it's like you're talking about me. Because when I first met you, you may not remember this, the first time I met you, before we became friends, I came to the dance studio to do an introduction to hip hop class, I think. And you were the person at the desk. And I wasn't trying to muckle, but at the time you were having a conversation with somebody about your age. And I remember thinking, this girl does not look a day above 20. And I think at the time you were in your late 20s, I wouldn't really age on the channel, that's up to you to do.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I never forgot you as the ageless beauty at the desk at L Studios. And then years later, I got to meet you as a dancer in the Trick and Out show where I worked backstage. And then I saw you in your incredible performance as the Gollum in Tisha and his brothers.
Oh!
And then in following you on Instagram, I saw that you were a flight attendant. I was like, but what this girl do?
I mean, the flight attendant aspect is very, very new, to be fair.
It's very, very new.
So,
what was it like for you being a flight attendant during the pandemic? Because there was a point in time where you guys were doing flights still and then you had these chartered flights. What was that experience like?
First of all, my airline, and I'm going to name no names, but my airline hadn't hired in years before they started hiring in 2019. So there was a batch before mine, then my batch, and then one batch after that. So it was very late in the year when I became an official flight attendant, when we finished training and everything. So I didn't officially work as a flight attendant until the very end of the year, like the end of December. And then by March, we were locking up borders. So I had this much flying time before the height of the pandemic hit and everything changed. So I can't really say how it affected me is the same as how it would affect a flight attendant who was flying for years. You know what I mean? For me, it was very much like, oh, I'm just getting into this lifestyle and this is so exciting. I'm off on these adventures. Take it away.
Understood. In the early days before they had closed borders and stuff, but also when they were doing the chartered flights, were you flying at all? Like, were you flying when COVID became like a thing in Trinidad, or?
Yes. So, I mean, it started off, we heard about it happening in Asia, and then we heard about it moving through Europe. By the time we started to hear about cases in the US and in the Caribbean, we were already talking about it, like flight attendants. So we were wondering, is this going to affect us? What's going to happen with travel? All those kind of things. And there was a time I was in New York on a layover. I remember when we were coming home, we were in JFK airport and we were watching the news, and Trump was giving a press conference basically talking about how they would be restricting travel from certain places, and we were just looking at the screen like, how is this even happening? Like, what is going on in 2020?
In real life.
It didn't seem like real life. It seemed like we were part of a movie or something. I was on reserve most of that week, and I just kept getting called out. Like, crew control just kept calling me, you need to work this flight, you need to work this flight, you need to work this flight. And then by the end of that week, our borders were closed. So we had a lot, like, it was really busy. I guess they were trying to maximize the amount of flights before the borders closed. And then
those were the flights to like repatriate a lot of people as well.
They were normal flights. They were flights from the normal schedule, but I just kept getting called out because, well, I assume the people who were scheduled to work those flights probably called in sick, like, I'm going to win song and dance. I don't know.
Understood.
I don't know what they were thinking, but basically I just kept getting called out, and you would only get called out if the person who was scheduled to work calls in sick or something. So
understood.
Yeah. And yeah, it was normal flights, but after we closed the borders, the Tobago turns was still open. So we were working that as normal. The repatriation flights, I wasn't doing a lot of those just because I was so very junior. The only international flight that I worked during our lockdown was to take cricketers out of the CPL, and that was an experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are not now Mrs. Cricketer. Yeah, pick up a little cricket man on the flight.
So I don't know if I should even. I have a picture with Mr. Darren because I have a serious obsession with Darren Sammy. Every time I see that man, I'm like, yes, sir. How are you?
Understood.
And he was on the flight. And I was real fangirling, and I was telling myself, Karian, act normal, act professional, and then I thought, nope, all professionalism out the window. I went straight to my sister, the head flight attendant, and I was like, yeah, so there's somebody on board that I really, really, really want a picture with. Can I? And they were like, okay, go ahead. So when he was when they were coming off, I just kind of reached up and I was like, hello, might I have a picture with you, please?
Oh.
And he was really cool. He was really cool about it. So I have pictures with him in my protective kit, mask, everything, and I was just like, hey.
That is cute. I love that because I will say, like, you always, people always say, like, never meet your heroes, thing. So I'm glad to know that he was sweet.
Yeah, he was really sweet about it. Like, he was really humble and cool. Yeah, it would have been nice to meet him under different circumstances, like without a mask and without having to socially distance. But
you understood?
That's what you get.
Because I will say for a lot of us, sometimes you see somebody. And of course, it doesn't apply to you. But sometimes you see somebody, whether it is you're out at the gym or in the grocery, or they might have like a nice little figure, and they look cute with the mask on, and in your head you're just like, I wonder what the rest of this face look like, boy. So who knows? Maybe he felt the same way. In his head, he's just like, this fact I'm still kissing him, but I wonder what's going on below this mask.
He don't know what's going on underneath. God, well.
But hopefully one day God will smile on us. He will, watch these and realize, hey, the fact that I'm feeling the same thing.
I think he's married, so
is he? But we're not breaking any. 2021.
No, we're not breaking up happy home.
We're not breaking up any marriages.
We leaving the people that have been at home. You have to stay.
What was he thinking about? I resend my wish. A bit of a touchy topic, but I do know that a lot of people that work in the airline industry were inevitably sent home. Were you one of them?
Yes, I am.
Oh no.
So what happened is, as of right now, we are on, what's it called? No pay leave is the, what's on paper. But we've just been saying we've been furloughed. Which I realize mean different things in different places. Like in the UK, if you're furloughed, you still get like a little bit of your pay. In America, furloughed flight attendants are basically at home. It's basically what happened to us. We're at home. We are not considered like part of the paid staff, but should the airline have need of more flight attendants for operations, they have to call us back in based on our seniority level.
Understood, which means that having it only started in December 2019, your phone call may be lower down on the list than others.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah. Which, interestingly enough, happily or not happily so, brings us to the next question, which is, so many people, secondary to these circumstances surrounding the pandemic, found ways to be innovative, found ways to pivot, found ways to earn income otherwise. And I think what's interesting in your case is that not only were you a flight attendant, but you were also a performer, and ain't no performances really happening. So your pivot was a proper pivot. Is that what inspired you to launch shootyuhshott, or was that an idea in the works from before?
To be honest, it came about like an accident almost. As you said, I was performing while I was being a flight attendant. So Carnival 2020, I was working with Reon like if it was any other year. I was dancing in every backyard jam for the show. The only time I missed anything is if I had to fly or if I had a layover or something. So I went from working to nothing really from March all the way down to December 2020. And that's when I decided to do Vlogmas, which is where you do a YouTube video every day in December leading up to Christmas. One of the days I decided to go to Black Box Christmas Market, and being a veteran performer with Black Box on Street Canal, I just decided to be part of the market and, as you said, come up with a creative ways to get a little pocket change, to get a little dust, because things were needed. And my mom always made that shot. She always made these what do you call it? We call it like a power shot, to take a shot in the morning. It boosts you up, it makes you feel awake, it just, I don't know, it makes you feel really, really alive, and there's so many good ingredients in it. So we had that for years in our household anyway, and what I did is just make more of it, bottle it, and I carried it to Black Box Market to see how it would do, and a lot of people really responded well to it. And in that moment I was like, wait, no, people like this, I could probably bottle them and sell them.
Absolutely.
So that is how that actually came up. No plan of any kind or anything like that.
I love that. And I think what's really, really good about it is I love the fact that the actual recipe something like your mother has been making at home for years. Because there's one thing when there's one thing to be inspired or to feel the pressure of the pandemic or of want and of need to go start a business, but there's an old saying, a hurry but do build goodness. So I am, at least, so that for me, I'm glad it wasn't just like, I need money, let me make something. It is we've been drinking this for years.
No.
We've been making this for years. I can tell you how it makes me feel. I didn't just pull this out my wazoo. You understand?
And that's the thing, a lot of us are actually sitting down on products or services or things that we could do for other people that we do all the time anyway, and we don't realize that we can actually monetize it.
Like you said, because you were always making it, you're just making more now.
And I gave away to friends before, like, anybody passed through my house was like, you want a shot of this? Or I carried it while I was in training. I carried it to training and shared it with my friends, and they had really liked it. So
for those
never even crossed my mind then
to monetize it. Now, for those who are watching and may not know what we're talking about, I don't want them to feel it's shots of alcohol. Can you tell the viewers what the shots are from your company, Shoot Your Shot?
So what it is, basically, it is a wellness shot you can take every morning. So, or you can take it any time of day, actually. And what I mean by wellness shot, I know people might hear of people drinking kale smoothies or any smoothie that really has any just good ingredients in it, vegetables, fruits, whatever. Different wellness shots will have different ingredients for different properties. The main product of Shoot Your Shot is the Power Punch, or the Fire Punch, as I like to call it, because one of the main ingredients is hot peppers, like actual Scotch bonnet peppers.
Understood.
But the main ingredients are things like turmeric, ginger, garlic, all proven to be good ingredients in terms of antibiotic properties, things to boost your immunity. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I am not a like a dietitian to say drink this and it will raise your T cell levels. And I ain't telling nobody that.
God, I'm dying. Drink the potion. This is it. I can tell this is the end. Drink the goddamn potion. Just tell my family I love them. Will you just drink the potion already? Why didn't you drink the potion?
I'm just saying that the ingredients in it have like research behind it, and it's just, when old people say drink this in the morning or drink this for your health, those are the ingredients that you could find in the Shoot Your Shot.
Absolutely. And I would say from a healthcare standpoint, I think there's no way to negate the importance of having a solid diet and as much as you could take this medication, that medication, whatever, run, jump, skip, whatever, it all starts with what you eat and what you consume.
Exactly, yeah.
So that I can agree that a concentrated shot or a power shot of heart healthy ingredients is a good place to start in terms of incorporating into a well-balanced diet. So,
yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what it is. It's just a concentrated bit of things that you might put in your food anyway. But
right.
I know for myself, I don't eat the best every day.
Right,
so
and I was going to say that. So for somebody who, for some people, I think it's also convenient that it's just all in a concentrated shot instead of me trying to have to figure out, well, let me make sure I include X in this meal and Y in that meal. While I would also make sure and emphasize that it's important to still have that healthy, balanced diet. The fact that I can also, I have lots of friends who have a hard time swallowing pills, you know, so I think it's really cool that
look, man.
Oh, you're one of those friends. You're one of those friends.
I cannot swallow tablets. I will.
Yeah, like I used to hear people say that like this sounds like bullshit, and I realize it's an actual thing.
No, it's a thing.
Like, I eat food, they can't swallow a tablet, but there are people who can't swallow tablets.
Listen, I have chewed food already. This is gonna sound gross. I have chewed food, spit out the bolus just to see the size of it, and I'm like, okay, if you could swallow this, oh, you can't swallow a tablet, and I don't know. I just
yeah. So I definitely think it
just does not. I think my brain is just like, you didn't chew this, so you can't swallow it. Freaks me out.
Understood. And what I also really appreciate about not only the fact that you have put out this particular product where one can, and I don't know if you have the ingredients listed or the benefits listed. Of the ingredients that we have listed, I'll put the benefits down below in the description bar as we're talking. But what I really, really respect and what for me I think lends credibility to what you are doing is that you did not come on here and make it sound like this magic potion that will cure all your, because you know there's a particular character that we see on television ever so often who will make you think that
the Reese tea.
who will make you think that, you know, this is the end all be all. I appreciate that you came on here and let it be known.
No.
That you take this in the morning and
that
it's a
creeps
good
me
place
out when people
start.
Yeah, when people come and try to sell you like this magic pill or this magic potion and say this will fix this and this will cure this. How you cannot tell people those things.
Absolutely.
That is madness.
So when I saw you post about on your page, that's why I felt comfortable to like ask you to come and talk about it, because it's like she is making sense and she is not out here selling snake oil. Yeah, and I will say,
trying to be one of those.
And I will say there are people who like they want to eat healthy and they want to do X, Y, and Z. But when it comes to like the making of the kale smoothies, and there are people who just not about that life. There are people who just don't give me no, like I'm not here to blend nothing. Like there are people who just want the thing ready-made and handed to them.
Ready-made, yes. Exactly.
And that's what I feel like that's a niche that exists, that there's that, you know, so
because I'm not hiding the ingredients. I posted the ingredients of everything in the shot already. Like if people wanted to go out and make this, that's up to them, but I think that it's just a place for people who don't want to have to go through the hassle of going in the market and finding all of the different ingredients, grinding them up, bottling them out. Because I mean, you can only make, well, the way we make it, you could only make it in big batches. So it's not convenient for people to do it on their own.
Yeah, so it's like I have done the work for you. Yes. Where can we find your products?
So I have an Instagram page for the products. It's on @shootyuhshott with 2 T's at the end. So it's like Shoot Your Shot TT, as in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, and I also trying. Well, by the time this goes live, I would have launched my website, which is more of a blog page, a personal blog, but there's a section of the website where I'm posting stuff for Shoot Your Shot.
No, you and I are having this conversation before Carnival 2021. Well, the time that Carnival 2021 is supposed to happen. Oh, so I know that you're a Carnival baby. Also, you're a performer. You dance with Reconnect. You've danced to it. Some of the best to them. And I will say, I want to have you back on and have a conversation with Karian, the performer. Because today we'll be talking to Karian, the businesswoman and the flight attendant. But just for a quick little sneak peek, I just want to know, how have you been impacted by the pandemic as a performer?
Well, I guess it would hit every performer differently because what we do is so dynamic and everybody is different. Like it would hit Patrice way harder than it hit me.
Understood.
Or maybe not. Maybe she's diversifying and she's doing virtual performances and she's getting her coins. I hope she is. But for me, my style is very much to be backup dancer for Canal or dance behind this artist for Marshall Monday or something like that. So because there are no live performances like that, I am not performing. Although big up the dancers who dance in second day. I find that was amazing that they got the up. I'm just gonna continue. I find it was amazing that they got the opportunity to perform for Carnival. They did one more show than me, so.
Understood. I will say to you, serendipitously, I will not say under what circumstances. I actually recently got to meet that young man, and one, I would say he's very nice. He was very, very like cool and approachable. But two, I'm proud that he found a way to try and figure out how to still put on an event in the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I could tell from the little bit that he said, it does not, and I'm taking liberties here, but it does not sit well with his spirit that he receives so much backlash.
It doesn't sit well with my spirit either, to be very honest. I didn't watch the entire show. I saw snippets of it on Facebook Live. I can see that they took measures like trying to have people socially distanced in Queen's Hall seats. I think what happened was people went down to the front, right? And kind of crowded. Was that the problem?
Right. I didn't watch the show personally.
Oh, well, if that was the problem, which I think it was, because if they were socially distanced in the seats and Queen's Hall was open legally and that was the arrangement, then fair. But if people moved, I think it's more of a... The problem is them and not him. Yeah, exactly.
And not him, and he should not be the one receiving the backlash because he did his part.
Exactly. If ushers tell you to sit down, then sit down.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. But I hope, I'm glad that he was, like, he took a chance. So now it can only get better from here if other artists try it.
Right, because it's a learning opportunity and a chance to grow and to figure out, okay, he had this event and XYZ happened, okay, we can still do this. Now we know what not to do in certain regards. We know what to do in certain regards because he did get a lot right. And we can figure out, well, how do we still entertain the masses while not being part of the problem as it comes to the pandemic? All right. Well, Karian, we have a speed round here, a little bonus round, and we ask yeah, oh, I love that. She's ready. All right, here we go.
Woo, I'm nervous. Okay.
We started off today's interview talking about your experiences as a flight attendant. Now, as a flight attendant and a performer, I know you've traveled the world. What's your favorite travel destination?
London.
Of the current songs out for 2021, what is your favorite soca?
Marshall. Hi. Ooh. I listened to it this morning. High Life.
Who is, this is just based on their music, who is your favorite soca artist?
Not fair. That question, not fair. Marshall? That's your safest answer.
fine. Who is your favorite artist that you performed for?
I mean, performing Marshall too, but let me change the answer.
As in like the actual performance, like what is a performance that you did for artists that you look back on and it's like, that was my favorite performance?
Tricanal. Any Tricanal performance, easy.
Carnival Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Really? But you is Madam Individual for the Hot Loss Stripe?
Right. And I do love the Tuesday. I love every aspect of the Tuesday, but the Monday, I feel like it's such an I love Juve. So from the time I am on the road for Juve to Monday night, I just love every aspect of that. And
Understood.
Monday feels more free for me.
Understood.
Tuesday feels more of a performance because I have this costume and I'm portraying this costume, but Monday is just my day.
Monday is your day. Tuesday is technically work. Understood. Favorite genre of dance?
Soca.
Now, I also know that you went to university for acting, not so?
Yes.
Lovely. What is your favorite movie?
I don't know, you know. I don't think I have a favorite movie.
Okay. Do
I'm
you have
terrible.
Do you have a favorite actress?
Viola Davis.
What is one movie role you wish you had played?
Specifically movie,
Or role.
Mimi from Rent. That is the role I need to play before I die. And I need to do it quick because
Yes.
I think in the play she's 19. And I'm a little, but 19.
Understood.
Yeah.
Lovely. Miss Forde, as I said to you, I would love to have you back and have a more in-depth conversation with you as a performer.
I would love to be back.
But I would say to you today, the conversation I had with you, Miss Forde, the business woman, was lovely. Thank you for coming on.
God.
I'll put all the links below to your pages, your blog, and to your business. And
Thank you.
thank you for coming on so much. And also to your page, because you also have a YouTube channel.
Yes, I do.
We have things to talk about. You have to come back. You have to come back. You have to come back.
Yes.
Thank you so much, my love. Guys, don't forget to like,
Thank you so
subscribe,
much.
and hit the bell notification so you don't miss when the
That's
next
right.
episode drops. And to everyone watching and to Karian, until next time, bye.
Thank you.